This is Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC. It is the summer of 2023, and we're about a year early, but I wanted to make sure we got this out earlier than usual since we have it on record. Avi and I are now doing Spider-Man 2 from 2004. Consider this the Spider-Man 2 20th anniversary retrospective. Though once this is published, most people will probably already have seen this in 2023, but that is what it is. So anyway, hey, welcome back, Avi. We're talking about Spider-Man 2 from 2004 today. What are your initial opening thoughts when it comes to Spider-Man 2 from 2004?
Well, it's very very sentimental about it. It also contains about even sometimes the dialogue is very almost outspoken or campy type, dialogue, and but even though like the scene by scene is like very over the hill.
Right, I get that. It's kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, and also it might contain something now that has something very emotional stuff about that. Peter Parker about when he loses his power. About it's also about.
I remember the scene when he loses his powers. Yeah.
It does explain how he loses his power. About it's losing about this balance or his subconscious.
Mhm. Yeah, they show about it, but yeah. What I want to say before we get too far. What I want to say before we get too far into this is that, of all the different comic book movies, where many other first sequels to comic book movies have two, three, or more multiple main villains, of all the comic book movies, it's only in Spider-Man 2 from 2004, in its first sequel here, where it only actually has one main villain in Doc Ock. He's the only main villain. There's not actually a second or third villain like in other comic book sequel movies. So I thought it was always fascinating.
It's a cameo about the cameo of William Dafoe in the end.
Well, yeah, but that was very much a cameo of what happened in the first movie. I wouldn't consider Green Goblin William Dafoe as a villain from the second movie. He was mainly in the first movie. But in this Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock, while there is a cameo of Green Goblin and William Dafoe, he's just a cameo very little bit, just like a cameo, but the main and only of main villains by itself is Doc Ock as the one and only villain. Whereas, let's say, Batman Returns has...
Also is in that movie as the character plays Kurt Connors, Professor Kurt Connors, one who lost his arm in the battle. That it also becomes a little. We don't know if he plays a lizard.
Right. So in the original Sam Raimi movies, he was supposed to be teased to be the villain in the fourth movie. That after he's like that teacher in the first three, he was going to be the lizard or something in the fourth movie. But for whatever reason, he never got to be a villain and just a professor. So that's the one point about him.
But now with the reboot, The Amazing Spider-Man, that played by Reese Ifans in 2012.
Right.
Now he shows up to play as a lizard.
Right, exactly. The lizard was in those ones there from the 2010s. Yeah. As far as that's concerned, for any people that actually like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man in the 2010 movies, they like that he got more to do and more of a connection to people when he was brought back for No Way Home.
Yeah.
But the thing I don't like about No Way Home is that Tom Holland's Spider-Man faces off against villains from the other franchises, and no new original movie from his own franchise for his third movie. So that's one thing I did not like about No Way Home, is that it was all the villains from other series franchises of Spider-Man and not a new one for the third movie for himself. But in
Too bad if they have a multiverses, they should have bring the Logan back of the universe of us.
Well, I mean, if you mean Logan as Wolverine is being brought back in Deadpool 3. Yeah, Hugh Jackman. He's being brought back in Deadpool 3, which it got moved from its November 2024 release date to May 2024. So in less than a year, people can see Deadpool 3 with Hugh Jackman and Deadpool 3 in May of 2024. So that's something to look forward to. But like I'm saying is that Doc Ock is the one and only main villain. He's not brought with other villains next to him in this first sequel of a comic book movie. Whereas with something like Batman Returns, you got Penguin, Catwoman, Max Schreck, and then you got all that stuff going on in X-Men 2. And you could probably name Spider-Man. I'm not Spider-Man 2. Superman 2 with all three of those alien type people.
Trodians.
Yeah, them. Like you could just like you could think of so many movies where so many movies where there's two, three, or more main villains or all kinds of.
And also the Dark Knight, they have with the Joker and Two-Face.
Yeah, I would say for that one it's mainly Joker. I think some people like me wanted to see more of Two-Face, but he was kind of just Two-Face at the end of the movie, and then he didn't get much to do except for the little parts of Two-Face at the end. But yeah, I would say Dark Knight is mainly a Joker movie with just bits and pieces of Two-Face. But that's definitely more than one villain for Dark Knight also, as well as an example. So you're right there. So what else did you want to tell the audience and listeners about Spider-Man 2, 2004?
Sometimes what I like about this is the one about Peter Parker made his confession. He took the blame to Aunt May about it's his fault that he killed his uncle.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's right. That was part of it. Now, is this the movie in the series where MJ tries to marry some other guy?
Yeah, the son of the J. Jonah Jameson and that son of J. Jonah Jameson, John Jameson. In the comic book, it turns out he is also a werewolf.
Oh yeah! Wow, werewolf. Okay.
Yeah, with the power of the stone, about when the full moon comes over the stone he's wearing, it turns into monstrous.
Oh wow! Well, speaking of J. Jonah Jameson, I thought it was very interesting that they brought that same actor back for the Tom Holland movies.
No Way Home. No Way Home.
Yeah.
It's a TMZ type.
Yeah. Also, at the way of Far From Home and No Way Home. Yeah. And he is Commissioner Gordon in the Ben Affleck Batman movies.
Yeah, the Zack Snyder part.
Yeah.
The Zack Justice League.
Yeah, I wanted to see Ben Affleck more in The Flash, but he was only in very little parts of the movie.
Well, recently you heard the news about there's a series called Superman Legacy, like a miniseries.
Oh yeah. Well, Superman Legacy. Yes, from what I read about it and watched about it, Superman Legacy is supposed to come out in 2025, and it's written and directed by James Gunn.
Yeah, but it'll be like is this some kind of like a miniseries or something like?
I thought it was an actual movie. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know. Like I think a lot of people didn't go see The Flash because they knew that the DC universe was going to be rebooted anyway soon. So that's probably why a lot of people didn't go see it. And then another reason is that the Michael Keaton draw for me and some other people my age and over was from over 30 years ago when he did that. But young kids now are not going to know who Michael Keaton was if they're too young for that. So
they want to remember Beetlejuice, so they want to remember him as Beetlejuice.
I don't know if young people younger than us would know that he was Beetlejuice, but I am very much excited that he is reprising his role as Beetlejuice in 2024's Beetlejuice 2. I thought it was going to come out in 2025, but they upped it to 24. And you were right. The woman that plays the mom in Home Alone, she is being brought back also, like you said. And yes, she's being brought back as part of the cast, and I'm thrilled, very excited that Monica Bellucci, that very attractive Italian actress, is going to be the wife of Beetlejuice. So I can't wait to see Beetlejuice when it comes out in 2024.
Right. Anyhow, back with the Spider-Man.
Yeah, back to Spider-Man 2. So what else did you want to tell the audience listeners about Spider-Man 2 that we haven't spoken about yet?
Special effects about his tentacles, Octavius' tentacles.
Oh, sure, the tentacle stuff was well done, yeah. And just to connect this to the first original classic Indiana Jones movie, Dr. Ock was that one traitor guy in the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, in the beginning when they go to the temple.
Yeah.
He even covers up all the tarantulas in his back.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's one of his earlier appearances. Yeah.
His first role.
Yeah.
Other earliest role he's in, like the one with Matthew Broderick and Lady Hawk. The fantasy romance movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, that too. I didn't know about all that kind of stuff.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Rutger Hauer. It's directed by Richard Donner.
Oh, okay, sure. Oh, wow, that's a lot there.
He's also in the one with the Mel Gibson movie Maverick. Yeah, the movie based on the classic TV show about.
Oh yeah, I heard something about that one. Yeah.
Also directed by Richard Richard Donner, also directed by Richard Donner.
Yeah, everybody. In our podcasts on Spotify, we did a few movies with the Goonies and Superman. If you guys want to catch our podcasts about those movies with Richard Donner's direction, but yeah. So Spider-Man 2. What I wanted to say was, this movie, at the time, it was the most. It was well received by people. Like, up before The Dark Knight came out in 2008, people would say the best comic book movie was Spider-Man 2, which was kind of then updated after Spider-Man 2 with The Dark Knight. But both movies are really well done in different ways.
Also, what's funny about who also makes a cameo appearance is Stan Lee makes a cameo.
Oh, sure. He when he was still alive, he made cameos in all these movies. Yeah.
You do the same thing like in the first movie. He grabs a civilian before something falls on him. Look out.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's always in the cameos of all these, yeah. Which reminds me, I thought it was interesting that in 2003, when Ben Affleck played Daredevil, and you had those scenes with the director, what's the guy's director of Iron Man? What's his name? Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau had those scenes with Ben Affleck's Daredevil in 2003, but then a while later, when No Way Home came out, he was still in a scene with that new universe Daredevil. Yeah. So it's like he's in the Daredevil scenes both in 2003 and the more recent updated MCU.
And Jon Favreau says he knows which lawyer he'll take. That's why he hired Charlie Cox for
right. Exactly. Yes.
The representatives defended him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Capture some of the objects thrown through the window.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm not exactly a big Marvel fan, but I did enjoy Spider-Man 2, so I agreed to do Spider-Man 2 with you because that's the one I got something out of as opposed to all these other movies. Outside of that, I would say I like.
But what about do you ever watch an Ang Lee version of Hulk?
I saw that. It was okay. It was all right. I saw that one more so than the Incredible Hulk. But as far as all the Marvel's concerned, the ones I really liked, even though I'm not too into Marvel series, is Captain America: Winter Soldier and Captain America: Civil War.
Well, the Civil War is the word that my parents are objecting about superhero movies, because in the Civil War, now the heroes are fighting each other.
Right, and they were fighting each other in the airport scene, yeah.
Because that's why it was based on the storyline. It was based on one of the Marvel storyline.
Yeah, the subtitle.
Civil War.
The subtitle for the fourth Captain America movie is going to be Captain America: Brave New World.
Because even though I just watched a miniseries on Disney Plus, it happens before the Captain America 4 called the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah. How was that for you?
It might be very political type of that,
sure.
But even though they wanted to replace the new Captain America, also showing Captain America Brave New World to be replaced from the late William Hurt.
Right.
His name is Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison Ford plays that part now. Yeah. As far as politics are concerned when it comes to Disney, I think if Disney keeps putting politics inside their movies instead of just having people enjoy movies without politics, people are going to be annoyed and they're going to stop seeing these movies if Disney tries to throw politics inside these Disney movies.
Yeah. Sometimes, looks like I haven't watched any Disney so much because I'm interested in all the foreign films or indie films, independent films.
Oh, I like watching some independent films. I've enjoyed some independent films. We met, hopefully, if you study or rewatched or got more out of those 3 live-action Turtle movies, that first original classic, Turtles 1990, was actually also considered an independent movie.
Because it's originally distributed by the...
Golden Harvest. New Line Cinema and Golden Harvest.
Why they did all the martial arts movie.
Right, so if you get a chance this summer to rewatch those 3 early 90s live-action movies, I would really like to make those thumbnails and have us talk about those 3 early Turtles 1 through 3 live-action movies, because I grew up with the Turtles, and I really want to hear your thoughts and opinions about those as well.
Alright.
So maybe at some point this year, we can hopefully get around to doing those Turtles movies. So Spider-Man 2. What did you think of Tobey Maguire's second performance in the Spider-Man franchise after Spider-Man 1. How do you think he was the same or different from how he was in Spider-Man 1 in 2002 to how he is now in Spider-Man 2? For Tobey Maguire.
Handles the difference between a superhero role and trying to do normal life. Some of the worlds are the place where he's in are very into danger or so they're distracted.
Yeah, he is. He does get distracted a lot. I would say the one thing I don't like about the Sam Raimi ones is that you can clearly tell that Tobey Maguire is like very old in these movies, like a freaking adult. Like he's not a Spider Boy like in the comics. He's not Spider-Man like in the comics. Where at least when we finally got to Tom Holland actually looks like a Spider Boy and not a Spider-Man like he becomes. But I'm hoping in Spider-Man 4. Say again. He looks too old. The first two Spider-Men look too old, in my opinion. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield look way too old to be a young Spider-Man from when these movies actually came out for them. But Tom Holland actually looked young enough. I'm hoping in Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland that he actually gets to be his own movie and not get help from Iron Man or Doctor Strange or any of that. Just for him to be his own man, get his own movie done.
Or Nick Fury.
Or yeah, any of that. None of them. Yeah. Correct. Yes. Yeah. None of Iron Man in the first movie. You just said his name again.
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury in Far From Home, and Doctor Strange in the third one. Like the fourth movie, he should be on his own, figuring out stuff for himself without the help of all those mentor people.
And also about Spider-Man 2, about every Sam Raimi movie, about if the one kid main character keep being bullied, about it feels like it's just like if you feel like a Carrie effect about being bullied and once it gets fight back all the people who wronged him.
Well, I thought it was interesting as far as the bully part is concerned that in that bully they showed in the first Spider-Man movie in 2002, we didn't get to see what we really wanted to see with him, which was he was going to be the main antagonist baddie against Ben Affleck's Batman in a Ben Affleck solo Batman movie. He was going to be Deathstroke, and we never got to see what that was like of them facing off in a Ben Affleck Deathstroke movie.
Sometimes I imagine. And also, I imagine for a fan made about instead of Spider-Man, like if you read the other comic book version about the alternate Spider-Man book about, I guess it's like a what if, instead of Spider-Man gets bitten by a radioactive spider, he got bitten by a gamma radiation spider that becomes a Spider Hulk.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like that in the Tom Holland ones. They update that J. Jonah Jameson is that internet type host thing instead of newspapers because young people don't read newspapers anymore. So the whole update to the internet type thing was better than him being kids don't read newspapers these days. So, but yeah, I like each franchise. I don't know. I like Spider-Man 2. It was really well done and probably one of the top comic book movies, like I said, before The Dark Knight came out. Like Dark Knight...
What about Logan is the best?
Oh, yeah, sure. And then when Logan came out in 2017, sure. I saw parts of Logan. I'm very skeptical about Dial of Destiny. I am not going to waste my time with that because of 3 words. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That's all I gotta say.
And I just read this full synopsis, full plot.
Sure, read it out.
The full plot of the... Can I spoil the ending about the Dial of Destiny?
Oh, no, don't do that. That's just coming out tomorrow. No, that's just coming out tomorrow. I don't want that spoiled for anybody that's actually going to go see that. This is just coming out, recorded a day before that movie comes out. Don't spoil Indiana Jones 5 for anyone who hasn't seen it. I don't want them to be pissed off at us. That's a new movie, so hold off on talking about Dial of Destiny till like end of 2023 or beginning of 24. Give people a chance, but no, don't spoil the ending at all, please, no.
Sorry about this.
Yeah, I kind of know what the ending is because I didn't want to go see it theatrically myself, but let's not ruin it for people who haven't seen it yet. But we can, however, talk about the ending of Spider-Man 2. So, what did you think of the ending of Spider-Man 2 from 2004?
It's like a very romantic feelings. Now that Peter revealed himself to Kirsten Dunst and Mary Jane, about now she knows who he is.
Oh yeah, she finds out by the end of this movie who he is.
Yeah, even like the scene as a romantic moment as a love in the spider web. A giant
oh sure.
Spider.
Oh yeah, the spider web too. Then she continues to act in the beginning of the third movie, but the problem with the third movie is It's got way too much stuff going on. Well, Doc Ock is the one and only main villain with no other villains in the first Spider-Man sequel, Spider-Man 2. In Spider-Man 3, there's too many villains, too many stories going on, and that's why, for many reasons, Spider-Man 3 did not do as well at all compared to Spider-Man 2.
Well, I thought if a fan made the best script about that, what do you make a Spider-Man movie? It's like a horror film, like Sam Raimi does Evil Dead. About what do you imagine, like as a Spider-Man turned himself not as like a Venom type, but something like a full body invasion, like Jeff Goldblum, the Fly. Yeah, the mutated spider. Yeah, the growing extra limbs on his arms, on the side of his arms.
Well, that was Jeff Goldblum, but that was movies from the '80s. But yeah, if people want to,
I thought an idea for if the superhero movie could have a horror type. Yeah, Spider-Man in the horror section.
Yeah. Well, in the late '90s and early 2000s, there was rumors about James Cameron doing a Spider-Man movie, but that never came about.
Yeah, that's never happened, because even they imagine Spider-Man in R-rated.
Yeah, it wouldn't be R-rated. But, yeah, the Spider-Man 3 had too much going on, but, he loses his powers at some point in Spider-Man 2.
And that's the scene about when he dumps his costume into the garbage
can.
Oh,
yeah, in the garbage can, yeah.
It's based on the comic in one issue. So when Peter Parker decides to quit to become a Spider-Man.
Right, exactly.
When he dumps that costume in the garbage.
I remember the garbage scene part of that. Yes. So just how William Dafoe was a scientist type guy in the first movie, Doc Ock is also a scientist here in this second movie.
Even also why I compare Spider-Man, I sent you a text about why I compare Spider-Man 2 to Black Panther, the first one. It's about both characters, Harry Osborn and Peter Parker loses their father figure, about just like T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman lost his father, about when he goes almost like in the afterlife.
Right. Well, yeah, speaking of Black Panther, I just want to say, I didn't see the second one. I think there was too much going on with that one too, that in Black Panther 2, 2022, it was never going to be living up to the first movie with, unfortunately, the actor passing away in real life, that they didn't know what to do with the second movie because he was gone, so that was unfortunate.
Yeah. It's hard to worry about when we lose all the actors we know.
For example, when Heath Ledger passed away in January of 2008, and then the movie came out in July of 2008, had he lived, I read and watched that, had Heath Ledger lived, he would have had a big part in The Dark Knight Rises as Joker back in Dark Knight Rises.
What about the Joker? What about Joker with Joaquin Phoenix? They say it's the best movie, but there's some controversial moment.
They've actually greenlighted a sequel to that one. So Joker 2 is coming out in October of 2024. He and was it Lady Gaga? Lady Gaga's playing the whatchamacallit Harley. The first movie was well done. It's just not my type of movie of how depressing that is. But yeah, Joker 2 is coming out in the autumn of 2024. But Deadpool 3, May in 2024. Moved from November 24 to May 2024. So we got Deadpool 3 in May of 2024, if that keeps its release date. And then in September of 2024, finally, after over however many years since 1988, Beetlejuice 2 with Beetlejuice and all them back.
So also about back to Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, back to Spider-Man 2.
What's very annoying is that Bruce Campbell makes cameo.
Oh yeah, because he works with Sam Raimi and all those older movies they did with the horror movies. Bruce Campbell plays a cameo in all three of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies.
Even Doctor Strange 2, also directed by Sam Raimi and.
What part did he play in Doctor Strange 2?
In the multiversity scene, about he plays the owner who gives out the pizza balls, and then he keeps ignoring a lot. Doctor Strange magically turns his hands back, punching himself in the face all the time.
Okay.
Like Evil Dead 2.
Was that a well done scene when he did that?
It's almost like acting like he does in Evil Dead 2. When his hand got possessed and he punch himself.
Punching himself. Okay. And how was
a post-credit scene.
Okay. Oh, he's also in a post-credit scene.
Doctor Strange.
In Doctor Strange 2. And how was how?
It's over.
Oh, over. Okay, you liked all that stuff. And how is Patrick? How is Patrick Stewart in Doctor Strange 2?
It's very like very quite surprising.
Oh, it's surprising also. Okay, there's rumors that Patrick Stewart might be back in Deadpool 3.
Well, yeah, like if he's not get killed off again.
Well, I mean, listen, they can get killed off as much as they're gonna get killed off. They still find ways to bring all these characters back.
Right.
All right, so back to Spider-Man 2. What else about Spider-Man 2 2004 stood out to you?
Deterioration of the friendship between Harry and Peter.
Oh, their friendship, yeah. The friendship was really messed up in the third movie, and we got introduced to their friendship in the first movie, but how would you say their friendship is now here in this second movie?
Because even that it's quite falling apart since he lost his father, being on Spider-Man, and he decided he wanted to make a successful career like his father does when he wants to run his corporation.
Right, exactly. And like you said, there was the one or two little cameos of William Dafoe coming back in the after Spider-Man 1 in this movie and such.
Yeah, the Spider-Man 2, like, where he gave his son advice at the mirror scene.
Yeah. So if anybody's enjoying this so far, sometime hopefully in the near future after we're done here with Spider-Man 2, we're going to be going all the way back to May of 1980, after Airplanes 1980, and we're going to be talking about The Empire Strikes Back. And Avi's going to have a lot of thoughts and opinions about The Empire Strikes Back after we're done here with Spider-Man. So look out for Empire soon with all the thoughts and opinions about that one coming up. But Spider-Man 2, were there any quotes or trivia that you thought to be noteworthy about Spider-Man 2?
You have a train to catch.
Oh yeah, you have a train. That reminds me, the train. So when he tries to save all the people on the train, his mask ends up getting taken off, and all these people see him without his mask on. And I thought, like, if that was realistic, at least 2 to 4 of those people inside that train thing would have told people and other stuff like who this guy is. Like, they would not keep that a secret when they saw what his face was without the mask.
Because even doesn't want to reveal the secrets if he goes to the one that goes to the newspaper office about that does have a phone take.
Yeah.
Just take it of him.
Yeah.
That's why I keep the exposure.
Yeah.
But one of the train passengers was one who also works with Sam Raimi before in Evil Dead 2.
Of course. Oh, there's another Evil Dead 2 connection there. Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes there's a very brilliant action scene about that about got the subway train about just like when Wolverine battles on in the movie The Wolverine on the Japanese train, the speed train.
Oh, so they both had train scenes there. Yeah.
Yeah. And so also about and also about another thing is I like is a part how you're able to face a normal life and without his power, when they have a song with raindrops keep falling in my head.
Oh, I remember that. They had the little raindrops coming on my head scene there. Yeah, for sure.
Even there's interesting facts about when Peter Parker eats the hot dogs but in real life, Tobey Maguire is actually a vegan.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he's actually a vegan. Got it. Okay.
And so also about that, do you know who plays the bank owner in the when Doctor tried to rob the bank?
No, who was that?
He's an actor from the Community series.
Okay, yeah, I never followed Community. I never followed Community, but okay.
Yeah. How much time we have left?
We just we're at 28 minutes and 40 in. We're almost at 30 minutes in a minute and a half. So in about 13 seconds we'll be at 29 minutes in. So that's why I want to make sure all your thoughts and opinions about Spider-Man 2 are in this one. But we're just about to reach 29 minutes in. So is there anything else you want to say about the characters, the story, any noteworthy quotes or trivia you want to say about Spider-Man 2?
About the fusion, about the Doc Ock went to create the power of the sun.
Oh yeah, that was a big part of the movie. Let's talk about that. So what all happened with the infusion of the sun there?
It's almost unstable. It's very hard to. It's very too magnetized.
Oh wow, yeah, and he ended up. I think he ended up killing himself when trying to break it down or something.
even prevent the city to destroy itself.
Yeah. When he realized what he was doing, yeah.
Even about without the base of his neck, about how he able to read the thoughts about all the control his tentacles, but without it, he never about his conscious.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I thought the friendship between him and Harry was interesting in these movies. I didn't really feel that same connection with the Harry in the Andrew Garfield ones. And then in the Tom Holland ones, he has that those other friends instead. But
the Philippine type.
Yeah, the Filipino guy or something. Yeah, we are officially now at 3:12, 30 minutes and 12. Just as far as timing is concerned. What about Spider-Man 2 from 2004? Have we not yet spoken about?
Kirsten Dunst.
All right, let's talk a little bit about her. So she finds out by the end of the Spider-Man 2 that he's Spider-Man in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then they end up going out more in the beginning of the third movie. So she ends up leaving the Jana Jonah Jameson guy at the altar for her to leave the wedding, I think. And yeah, I liked her in the first movie because that backwards kiss scene and stuff.
That upside down kiss.
The upside down kiss, yeah. Yeah, she's all right. She just mostly screams a lot, but she's all right. I don't think they're gonna do a Spider-Man 4. I think that even if Sam Raimi does
like to do when they do the fourth Matrix movie about.
Oh, I didn't want to go see that at all. That was garbage. They should never have made a fourth Matrix movie. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're ever gonna see a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. But yeah, let me just say about Matrix 4, that was just trash right there, in my opinion. But yeah. So yeah, I really. Any memorable quote? You said a few. The one quote. Any other quotes? Any important trivia about Spider-Man 2?
Something of a quote how about Doc Ock quotes?
Sure. Yeah, he was the main villain bad guy. Some Doc Ock quotes, real quick.
I sent you the one about that's Spider-Man 2 is the one that.
Say it again?
Peter Parker, brilliant but lazy, yeah?
That was one of the lines. Yeah, brilliant but lazy, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was so much a tease for that professor guy to never become a main villain after his professor stuff in the first three movies. I think he was going to become the Lizard in the fourth movie, but then when there was never going to be a Spider-Man 4, we never got to see what they were going to do with him.
And so also about and also that same year is when Alfred Molina plays Doc Ock. That same year he got cast in the Broadway revival of the Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before. Yeah, about the whole Fiddler on the Roof he did there. Yeah.
Right. Even I send you a part that where I did find on that special features about one about when during taking his break of his role about the takes of the Spider-Man 2. Alfred Molina does a dancing of the If I Were a Rich Man.
You sent me a clip of that. That was well done. You sent me a clip of that. But the original guy Topo, unfortunately, Topo I believe has passed away.
Passed away in the middle of this year.
Yeah, Topo at some point Topo had passed away, and I just thought it was interesting that he got to go a friendship type relationship with Roger Moore's James Bond and For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, even Topo other roles is in his 1980 Flash Gordon.
Oh yeah, and you would know more about the Flash Gordon stuff, yeah.
Right. Peter Parker and the girlfriend. What do you want? I want you to find your friend Spider-Man. Tell him to meet me at the West Side Tower at 3 o'clock. But I don't know where he is. Find him. Flesh over bones. If you lay one finger, you'll do what?
That's one of the quotes with Doc Ock there. Okay. All right. We are now officially at 34 minutes in. So if you don't have too much else to say about Spider-Man 2, I want to know your final thoughts and opinions about Spider-Man 2 and how you would grade it.
So don't give your hopes up about losing faith of your power about if you want to face normal life. But You know, when something danger comes, don't think about all the other people you care about. It's just facing facing go up to the next level.
What do you mean? What do you mean with all that again? What does all that mean?
When Peter Parker lost his power, it's like losing his power is like become one of his tests.
Oh yeah, he did lose his power at some point in the movie. Yeah, so everything's a test with that. Yeah.
Losing your power is like being part of your test. It's about to know about what your face what's the next competition is.
Right. Okay, sure. Now, did Danny Elfman still do the music?
He still did the music.
So what did you think? What did you think Danny Elfman's music, real quick?
It's like somebody he does music of all the superhero movies. He does all the music is music for superhero like
right.
Batman and
yeah.
Dick Tracy.
I love his Batman theme music. But
you know he also composed other the Sam Raimi movie, even one recently about the Doctor Strange 2.
Okay. Did you end up enjoying or not enjoying Doctor Strange 2?
Sometimes very hard to know scientific to know about multiverses, but
okay.
Maybe that's one that I saw.
Yeah, I just think that the whole multiverse stuff is going overboard. I think they need to come up with a new idea and stop doing, for all these movies to stop doing all these multiverse type things. We're now officially at 36 minutes in. How would you grade personally for you, Spider-Man 2? Say again?
A+.
You give it an A+, I'll give it an A. Okay, you're gonna give it an A+, I'm gonna give it an A. And anything else you want to tell the audience before we start to sign out?
Well, sometimes keep it use a web slinging as don't use it. Don't think about the difference about web slinging about your web come out of your wrist about like it's really hard to get. Think about you need to they have a device.
Oh sure, the device about the web slinging, yeah. Device of the web slinging there, yeah. I mean the action was really well done. The special effects were all right. The music was neat.
Also, the train scene that people are very care to him about he's able to.
If that was in the train thing, if that was realistic, one or two people in that train would tell people who he was. They're not going to keep that secret when he got his mask off. So that part I thought was a little unrealistic about them keeping this.
He's able to stop the train.
He stopped the train for them, but they still knew who he was with the mask off. But all right. Anyway, that's just my reality versus fiction there for me. But yeah. So anybody, if you guys like this, we're going to be doing the Empire Strikes Back next, and I'm going to do some Empire music to bring that in. Remind me to do the Empire music. Sure.
Right.
You want to say something? Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I suggest besides Spider-Man 2, I recommend Sam Raimi does his own superhero movie.
Darkman. Was it Darkman?
Darkman, yeah.
Yeah, Darkman 1990. It was followed by direct-to-video sequels in the mid-90s, but the only original one was directed by Sam Raimi and starring Liam Neeson.
And Frances McDormand.
And the Frances McDormand there. And then you got Liam Neeson there. Then he would do Schindler's List in 93. And then you got to see him as Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins.
Yeah. And also, he's in Taken. Mostly now he does anything action movies.
Yeah, he's got another a movie coming out in August that I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but it's, one of those action-y maybe type movies.
Hey, do you know Liam Neeson? He was also voice acting the one that in Disney live action, The Chronicles of Narnia, as a voice of.
Oh yeah, he was the voice of that. He was the voice of that there too. Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
And also a voice in the Lego Movie.
Oh, a Lego Movie also. All right, that's cool. All right, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed Avi's thoughts and opinions. Here we got here officially now on Spider-Man 2 20th anniversary, and we hope to see you soon to talk. For you and I to talk about Empire Strikes Back next, okay?
Okay.
All right, and we'll see you in Empire, and
or we could do now it's a free time for summer. That way, there's still time I could do before my synagogue service starts later in the afternoon, like 8:00 or something.
So wait, what are you saying about the synagogue part?
Because my services at the synagogue starts later. That way, there's still time we could do some do podcasts each one day at a time.
What do you mean by one day at a time exactly?
5 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday you have some of the other podcasts.
I work with other people on Wednesdays, so but we could do Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, Tuesday and Thursday separate. If we had time for
If we have time in your schedule, we could do Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I work with some other people at the park on Wednesdays.
Okay.
All right, that's cool. Great then. I hope you guys got something out of Avi and I talking with this, and we'll see you next time when Empire Strikes Back. Thanks for coming on, Avi.
Welcome.
See you soon. Support your local movie theater throughout the decade of the 2030s to see a big theatrical experience with a bunch of strangers in a community-like experience like no other. Blown up on the big screen. Why? Because streaming online at home is just not the same thing at all. Everybody dance and have a good time. This is friend and co-host Avi and Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC. Signing out.